So, the path that this journey takes us down is such a bumpy ride, and it takes us through every single aspect of ourselves, the twin flame journey, the spiritual awakening journey. Wait, I'm going to pause. So, the depths that we get to within ourselves along this journey allows us to bypass emotionally. We go into depths that most of humanity um, um, have not gotten to. Within yourself, you're kind of forced into the pain that is so strong that only those who have gone through it can understand the depths of the pain and the amount of layers that there are to this process, and the depth of the emotions have the capability of feeling. The sun is just going down. I just want to show you. The sun just went down. I'm looking overlooking this valley now. And over there's the lake. And at some point we become alone in it. There isn't anyone around us in our surroundings, in our regular circle of friends and support system that can contain this level of emotion and spiritual awakeness. Um, uh, See to the depths that we see, or to the resolutions, to the finest resolutions, where now we're finding dust. Now we're finding these tiny little behavioral impurities within ourselves, and cleaning that out, and the pain of it. When you find something that other people can't understand, what's the big deal about it, but you find something that is impure, and it becomes painful. It's holding you apart from your pure essence. It's holding you apart from who you are. It's holding you apart from God, from the all, from sacred life energy, your specific sacred life energy, where that becomes what it's about. The journey is so much bigger than just the physical aspect of it. The journey is so much bigger than just our own individual experience. We're part of a much bigger picture and much bigger plan. And we are, by going through this and bringing what it entails, we are creating a map for whoever is in the process of waking up now. Because the path through yourself during the spiritual awakening is it's like your life crusade. It is the most important. It is you mastering the avatar. That means that you are coming into mastering this 3D dimension, which means that you are collapsing all of the dimensions into one. You have your spiritual, your energetics, space, matter, time. You're able to master all of those simultaneously at one point. So that is mastery of manifestation, coming into your full being and full awareness. And then you not only reign over yourself, you come into your God power, the power of God that is within you. You become the larger being that you are, And you see that you were given this dynamic, magnificent tool to use here. Just use it at your will. Get to know your tool. Learn the capabilities. Learn what you can learn about your avatar, because the more that it's like a piano player. The better he knows the piano, the more freely he can play. So when he gets to know the piano so intimate that it becomes an extension of him, then he has mastered the piano, and then he can bring really anything to the table. There's a family, it looks like, coming up behind me. Um, and so once we self-master our emotions, that means we have to know our emotions and not be afraid of them, be able to go through them completely. And at some point, you bypass everybody in your life, the way get to a point where um, whoever has not been on this journey, whoever has not gotten to this level of pain and this level, because the level of pain that you go through is also the level of rising that the more powerful you become, the more um, you are sitting in the driver's seat of your life. And I think that it's a natural place. I'm going to go ahead and pause it until they pass. I can be focused. So I think that a lot of it, when you look at the journey and you can see that it's divinely guided, you can see that towards coming into your light, towards coming into the flowering stage, you get to the depths of this minuscule, like pieces of dust that you're finding, and I think that your regular support system doesn't see the devastation that we find in these dust particles that we're finding on in our behaviors. And I think that at some point we we aren't left with a support system. We're forced to go inward with everything. There's nobody that is at that level can understand that if I can see it, I don't want to be that way. I don't want to leave those automatic programmings in there running my life and keeping me asleep. I want to go in there and I want to self realize myself. And whenever I find those automatics, they are holding me apart from coming into my self mastery. So it is something that is can feel devastating. Um, and at some point you lose all of your support system. I think that is also part of the divine guidance. The divinity of it is that you are forced now to go inward without any um, external interference. There's nobody that can be there with you. There's nobody that can understand the detriments of it. At some point, when you're passing through, it's an individual thing. You have to do it alone. You have to, you are the only one that can rise and be born from within. You're inside, you're going through yourself. You're the only one that can do it for you. And so at some point, you are left with no saviors but yourself, and nobody there that you can even confide in all the way that because at some point you lose even you feel like it's such a privilege to be on this journey, and it's such a sacred journey. And when the closer you come back to your God self, the more that you become just in awe of everything and understanding that this is divine. This is way bigger than me. And then if your regular support system get to a point where they can't go further with you, they have a disbelief because they can't see what you see anymore. You get too far into the light, they can't see it anymore. And then their own belief systems start coming up and pushing away, and then you realize that they can't be there with you. And at that point, it's just like, you don't have the energy, you don't have the need anymore to prove yourself. And it feels like, kind of like what Yeshua said about, you don't throw your pearls in front of swine, right? If you have something that, and I don't mean it in a derogatory way, I mean it in a way of full respect, because when you come into this place of light, of your God light, it is so divine and it is so sacred that you don't want to taint it with somebody else's disbelief. It's not like they're going to talk you into it anyway, because once you see the divine, you see it. And you also see that not everybody can see. You can see that people are too far from it to be able to even comprehend what they're seeing. And at that point, you lose the need to explain yourself. You lose the need of others' approval. You lose the need for her to understand, or for him to understand. You lose the need, because the truth is so true and so divine. You're so far in it, it doesn't make a difference what anybody else's opinion is of it. The truth of it is so outstandingly, mind-blowingly, it just is. The truth is so embedded in your being. You know you are of God. There is no, you know that you are divine. You know that if you are of the divine, you are holy. And that this whole path, and overcoming our ego and ego death and everything that we're going through, it is all holy. And so you lose that need for anybody else's approval about it. And it's almost like you feel like you can take people as far as they'll go. So with your own spiritual awakening, when you speak with someone else about it, they can only go with you as far as their capability of going. And at that point, you must be true to yourself. You can't not be true to yourself. You have to continue on, because the journey, you can't stop the journey once it starts, first of all. And second of all, at some point, you're already dedicated to the journey, and you're already in surrender into the journey. You're already in acceptance that this is really happening. And when you get to that point, you're not looking for other people to give you any kind of comfort. You're not looking for comfort, because you understand that comfort is the illusion. You want to be able to experience all that there is to experience, so that you can come into that place of full acceptance of everything. And then there is no pain, because you're not holding anywhere. You're not trying to make outcomes become, and then you don't have, you become just curious in your life. You come into the perpetual now, and there is no pain in that. And so anytime that we're in the me, we know that we are in the ego. And anytime that we are in pain, we know that we are in the ego. So at least we have those indicators. If I'm feeling the pain, I'm in the ego. That means that I'm in my false self. I'm in the illusion. So you can follow your emotions. They will lead you. Okay. Thank you for watching. Sending you guys so much love.